Off the glove of Bressler, one run comes in. Here comes Bodenhausen, and that'll do it. Mission accomplished. The first three-peat in big league history belongs to St. Joe.
We came into the summer knowing that we had the potential to do it again, and our first three-peat feels amazing, especially with all the fans here and a crowd of what felt like the whole stadium was packed. It's amazing.
I mean, we don't toot our horn enough about how cool St. Joe is, and so this is just a small glimpse into what St. Joe, the potential of it, what it could be.
St. Joseph's been known to be a baseball town for a long time, and with the way this team continues to play, perhaps this Mustangs dynasty is just beginning.
I think we're going to go for 4, and so 8-time champion sounds nice until you hear 9.
Welcome into episode 5 of the St. Joe Mustang Show, sponsored by Getz Credit Union and Ventura Foods. I'm Mitch Riberall, and to my left is none other than the best TV personality of 2020, the all-star 8-man center, and all-conference center back in 2010, Mr. Chris Roush.
That's what we were going with, huh?
Yes.
That's what we're going with.
I feel pretty good about your stats right there.
Yeah, I have a few shows on this Mustang show to get you with, because we have like 5 left. So, yeah, well, that was something introduction to get us into this week's episode of the St. Joe Mustang Show. A lot to get to this week, a lot of conversations we have, but we need to start with a coach rejoining the Mustangs. Sammy Bunch, Lexi Kennard were the first 2 women ever in the Mink League last year to coach. Sammy Bunch returning this summer to the Mustangs again. No stranger to the Mustangs now, Sammy Bunch returning to the dugout at Phil Welch Stadium.
It's huge to start seeing more females in male sports, especially when you see softball and baseball, because ultimately it's one and the same game when you think about 85% of both baseball and softball.
The club announcing her return this week after she served as one of the first female coaches in the Mink League or the team's history last season.
A huge opportunity for the local youth in our community, especially young little girls that can come watch and show them that there's no barriers. You can do anything you want to do if you put your mind to it.
I really enjoyed when Johnny had Lexi and I help last summer, so being able to help out again over this last weekend was really, really fun.
Bunch, a former All-American softball player at Northern Iowa, loves to be on the diamond, and being able to coach baseball helps her become a more rounded coach as well.
I think too many people get caught up on just the difference in pitching styles, and that's why they think it's so different, but in reality, the only biggest difference is probably just the way that ball is coming in there, the plane of the pitch, and base running, I guess. But other than that, everything's the same.
She's already serving as an instructor for the Merrick Baseball Academy in St. Joseph while getting ready to teach at Bishop LeBlanc. She just wants to be involved in sports and teaching as much as she can.
I really, really love seeing people succeed, so kind of why I'm a teacher too. I love being able to pass on my knowledge and then seeing that light bulb come on and like, oh my gosh, I completely understand this now.
So again, Sammy Bunch rejoining the Mustangs this summer to be part of the Mustangs coaching staff after making history last year too.
Yeah, and it's great to see her back on the field with the team because, like you said, last year her and Lexi coaching, now she returns. It was always great to see. And now we got to continue our summer series, I guess you could call it, of sitting down with a player from the Mustangs. And this one only in his second week with the team, Jeremy Rader. And this one, he's an all-star player. So this one was a pretty good one, so give it a watch. And now joining me is Mustangs Jeremy Rader. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So this is your first season with the Mustangs. Just so far, what's kind of the experience been like?
I mean, it's been awesome. I heard that it was going to be like this, and I got here, and it is just like this. And, all the fan interactions and the awesome clubhouse and all the awesome guys. It's been really fun so far. I heard good things whenever I was deciding where I wanted to go, and I'm really glad that I chose to play in St. Joe with the Mustangs.
Yeah, and a couple of Johnson County players this year. So just talk about what your guys' spring season was like, because I know you guys were playing for quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this is kind of a stereotypical, but it was magical, I would say. In the fall, we kind of struggled. We didn't know how good we were going to be. And then in the spring, we just kind of got hot and never looked back. The spring was something that I'll never forget. I mean, we made it to the World Series for only the third time in Johnson County history. We won the first game in the World Series in Johnson County history. We just formed lots of friendships and everything. Those guys are all my brothers now, and to be able to play with three of them in the summer is awesome. I mean, I'm best friends with all three of those guys, Ryan, Braden, and Michael and Franca, and it was awesome, and I'll never forget that.
Yeah, let's go a little more specifically into your season. You just won Rawlings Gold Glove winner, so congrats on that. And was that something you were expecting, or?
I won the Region 6 Gold Glove at Johnson County, and so I knew I'd be competing against like 10 other regions, and so I knew that there was going to be a shot. And so whenever I refreshed the Twitter feed yesterday and saw my name, I was pretty excited, just because that was kind of a goal of mine, was to kind of be able to get that award, and to be able to say that I was the best defender at third base in all of JUCO is pretty awesome, I would say. And that's just kind of how I've been working. I've been working really hard for that, and I'm excited that I was able to get that award. So yeah.
Yeah, congrats again.
Thank
and just
you.
A couple more for you really quick. Just that award, what does that do for your confidence and what you, like you said, you want to go to a program that's winning, so you being able to bring that award and that mentality with you?
For sure. I mean, knowing that a program's going to get a really good defender in me, and not just a good defender, but all-around baseball player, is going to help me figure out what school I want to go to. I've already had quite a bit of calls just from that recognition yesterday, and it just really shows me that I want to be a guy at the next school, and be able to do the same thing that I did this year at my next school.
Perfect. That's all I got for you. Thanks for joining.
Thanks so much.
And congrats again on the Gold Glove Award.
Thank you so much.
And the upcoming home games for the Mustangs, well, they are basically on the road all week. They'll be back at St. Joseph on the 30th to take on the Carroll Merchants, and they'll play Carroll again on the 1st right here at Phil Welch before having a one road game trip on Sunday, and then they'll be back home for the 4th of July festivities.
And of course, the Mustangs always do a lot with the 4th of July, but there's also more to get to on this show as well. We come back in a little bit, a youth camp. You never know what you're quite going to get when you get a bunch of kids on a baseball field with live mics. It's pretty entertaining.
It's always entertaining every time. And don't go anywhere, because we will also sit down with the one and only Kai Turner, Mustangs owner. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.